So, Jonathan, E3 is coming up. It's been almost about a year since we did these prediction videos.
Well, they do E3 every year.
They do E3 every year.
The timing kind of works out.
And I guess that's the important question again. I'm going to ask you, E3, once again, has it lost even more relevance than it was last year?
I remember talking about this last year and saying that I won't be watching E3, and that prediction came true. I didn't really watch it, or I wasn't keeping up with it up to the minute stuff, but all these developers and companies come out with their own sort of things a lot of the times. Like Nintendo, of course, does their entire thing, Nintendo Direct, and that press conference thing that they have every year, right?
Yeah.
They just did theirs, didn't they?
No. Well, they might have done a Direct now, but they haven't done their E3 Direct. Yeah. Microsoft has Mixer now, so they do all their stuff through that.
Yeah. So I don't know. For me personally, E3 is not a huge draw like it used to be. We've talked about it before, just the changing landscapes of how people get their information now. It's not really relevant, at least to me, as a consumer, a casual consumer.
And then with the leaks, and I use that in quotations, I feel like a lot of big companies, even, we'll get into it later about, PlayStation and Xbox, but a lot of them, right before E3, they'll do little leaks to get you excited that way, so you don't even have to tune in to E3, because usually before E3, you know what's going to be at E3.
Right.
You just kind of wait for the trailers to come out, and you can go on YouTube and look at the trailers if you want.
I think this year's kind of going to be a lull, too, because we're sort of mid-cycle with the games. They just had the PS4 Pro come out a year or two ago, and then they have, it's not like they're going to announce the PS5 at E3.
Yeah, they're not, and I actually have some interesting theories on that, but we'll get to that in a later subject. But I don't know if you saw the Walmart Canada, leaked out a huge list of games that are going to be, released this year, and people thought, oh, E3 predictions. I didn't talk about this in a 2-Bit Talks video because I was like, well, I'm going to wait. For one, I'm going to wait till we can do a podcast and we can talk about it. And then for two, at the time, I was just like, there's no proof that this exists out there. There was they had Forza Horizon 5. But there hasn't been a Forza Horizon 4 yet. So that's where I was like, this seems like bullshit to me. But then they had Rage 2, and Bethesda actually has come out now and shown off the trailer and some gameplay, so that was true. So there's some other stuff that might be true in here as well. Especially there's one thing called Destiny Comet, and it looks like it's going to be $80, so I guess it's their next story expansion or something to Destiny 2 is the only thing I can think of. But there was various other games. I was going to say that thing, leaks like that, you see that and you kind of already see what's coming down the pipeline for 2018, which E3 used to be that, that thing that you would tune in to watch to see what you were getting, and, you have huge leaks like that. So I agree with you. I think, once again, we're at a point now where even I'm going to watch E3, but I'm going to watch the Nintendo Direct. I'm going to watch the, Xbox presentation on Mixer or, on their little Xbox Live thing right over there, the PS4. I can watch Sony's, conference on their, console. So I don't have to, go and just watch, I think IGN just does a live stream where they go to each conference. You don't have to do that anymore. You can just go on each individual console and look it up.
E3 is not an aggregate anymore.
Yeah.
It's not an aggregate. Everything sort of has disbanded or sort of fractured into their own things, and that's because now these companies can reach their consumers directly, and it's probably easier for them to do that. It's easier for them to control the information. It's easier for them to control the span and the narrative, and, E3 to me is like Comic-Con. It's it used to be this really big thing, but then they started corporatizing it, and it became more of a event for the companies instead of an event for the fans. And now it's probably $300 or $400 to go to the E3 conference to look at some stuff that may or may not.
And